Human behavior has long fascinated researchers, especially when we examine our evolutionary roots. As descendants of primates, many aspects of our behavior still reflect instincts and traits shared with our closest animal relatives. One of the most prominent of these traits is the desire for dominance, particularly the drive to attain the position of alpha within social hierarchies. Whether in the animal kingdom or modern society, the idea of being an alpha, the leader, the one in control, is a deeply ingrained desire. But as we explore what it truly means to be a leader, we must ask, how does this primal urge translate into the human world? And how does our uniquely advanced consciousness shape the way we embody or reject this concept of dominance? As descendants of primates, there remains a lingering ape in all of us, influencing many of our behavioral and social traits. In particular, one of the most apparent characteristics we share with our ape relatives is the desire for the social position of the alpha male. In the ape world, the alpha male is everything. He gets his pick of mates, ownership of territory, and control over his group. Privileges that are not far from the same desires that many men, and sometimes women, experience in the modern human world. So, what does it take to become an alpha? In the ape world, several factors play a role in determining who becomes the alpha. These include size, loudness, and the ability to dominate others. In the human world, becoming a domineering alpha involves many of the same traits. We can intimidate others into submission through size, intensity, and force. If we adopt these behaviors, we might find ourselves perceived as alpha figures. But how does this position function in human society? How do the differences between humans and apes affect the value of such domineering behavior? The principal difference between humans and apes is the depth of our consciousness. While the exact extent of our consciousness compared to that of primates remains unclear, most researchers and philosophers agree that humans possess a largely superior ability to exhibit self-awareness and critical reflection. We have crossed a threshold of mental complexity that allows us to think about thinking. We can reflect on our intentions and consider how our actions may affect others. Furthermore, we can anticipate how others' reactions to our actions will shape our own feelings and self-perception. This ability to reason, empathize, and act morally sets us apart. As a result, even though we may still have an ape-like hunger for dominance, our higher human consciousness calls for a different type of alpha. For instance, the idea of being an ape-like alpha who can pick any mate may sound appealing, but it does not foster the kind of meaningful relationships that humans truly desire. In the ape world, the alpha's primary goal is to reproduce with as many mates as possible, not to form intimate connections. However, in the human world, we seek relationships. We want to find partners with whom we can share love and build a balanced, meaningful life. In friendships, being domineering may attract yes men and followers, but it will not necessarily yield genuine friends. After all, few people want long-term relationships based on dominance, fear, and hierarchy. In true friendships, we seek mutual trust, respect, and understanding. Thus, we must consider how our primal urge to become a domineering alpha affects our lives and learn to regulate it. The ape within us is constantly present, and overcoming it is neither simple nor easy. But by using our higher consciousness to understand our behaviors and their impact, we can redefine the concept of alpha. A conscious alpha. We did not evolve over millions of years simply to perpetuate the behaviors of our primitive ancestors. To become a true human alpha means adapting to the realities of the current human condition, integrating rationality, self-awareness, and empathy into our actions. More important than being big, loud, and forceful is the ability to exhibit compassion and reason. A true leader is someone who is comfortable enough with themselves to avoid the need to constantly compete for validation. They are conscious enough to control their mind and body. Humans function better through solidarity, compassion, and intellect. These are the qualities we must nurture if we wish to truly thrive as human beings. While the desire to assert dominance and claim the position of alpha may be deeply embedded in our primal instincts, it is our advanced human consciousness that sets us apart. As we evolve and reflect on the complexities of our nature, we must strive to lead not through force and intimidation, but through empathy, reason, and mutual respect. True leadership in the human world comes from understanding our behaviors, regulating our instincts, and embracing qualities that foster collaboration and compassion rather than fear and submission. By cultivating these traits, we can create a more harmonious society where the true qualities of an alpha align with the values of solidarity and intellect, ensuring that we continue to grow, not just in size and strength, but in wisdom and understanding.